So, race 2, lots of fun, and Max Wiesel starting at the back. Surely no hope for him. Then, as they cross the line, Olympiacos starting from the pit lane. Away they went, and AC Milan, the first in trouble. Bang! Rangers hit them from behind. John Martin at fault. Pantano not best impressed, nor was Olympiacos. Davide Rigon out again on the safety car. At the restart once again. Good start from Benaldi. Atletico Madrid knocked off the track, but managing to stay on. Flamenco coming in, and this is where it all went wrong. Couldn't get it started again. And disappointment. Corinthians, meanwhile, were battling all the way through. Antonio Pinzona. That was the first move from Tristan. We started to think that maybe, as he went past his arch rival, Sporting, that they would have a chance. AS Roma were in a big battle, and that was the big moment when he just locked up the brakes and just couldn't get past. But it was all Tristan Gomedy in Schumacher style taken the victory. So then, here is the super finale grid. And as you see, FC Basel in pole position, Max Wiesel, and it really is a dash. Just 5 laps, and Tristan Gomedy will have to get some fluids on, as he said, as he lines up alongside. John Martin, he's rested, he's ready to go. Rangers will be looking strong. Sporting Portugal, great opportunity for the youngster Pedro Padiz, just 23 years of age. Antonio Pinzona in Corinthians gets his chance, and look how exciting it's going to be. Craig Dolby is not scared to attack.
Yeah, here he is, he's already in the car, waiting and ready to go.
Yeah, he's a real performer, isn't he? Now, remember, he got in because he was 4th, because Max, the Basel team, of course, and Max Wiesel had already won the first race.
Yeah, now we have... they didn't have such a strong performance in the last one, made it through the field, but not as performing as FC Basel. Starting in the 5th position, it'll be difficult, but I'm sure he's going to give his best shot.
How would you go about this? I mean, obviously it's a dash. I mean, you've really got to make an impact in literally the first lap, haven't you?
Yeah, I think just as much as you possibly can.
Just to confirm, it is the top 3 from race 1 and the top 3 from race 2, and a chance to go. Remember this, 100,000 euros. Now you want in, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. You know, these guys, that's what they're after. You know, sort of the points and the championship, that's done for the day. Now this is for the dash for cash. And, you know, here's John Martin. I spoke with him earlier. He's got some new tyres and he's done well to hold it together. He did clash with Giorgio Panto, who was lucky to get back to the pits and repair the car. So now he's lining up for the super finale as well.
He's in a great position, actually, because he's had the most rest. The team are prepared. They'll have had a long chat now about the strategy. Meanwhile, everybody else is just getting themselves together. Pedro Petit, what about his chance? Look at him talking away.
Yeah, he looks happy. He knows he's in the chance to go for the dash for cash. But, you know, I think John Martin is in a strong position. Also in race 2.
Yeah, second in race 2, yeah. And everybody choosing different ways of preparing. And there, of course, is the Atletico car. 7th in that last race. Of course, they're not racing in this. They're just going through, checking what happened. And now you see the runners and riders, so to speak.
But this guy...
wouldn't it? I think it's almost poetic justice if he takes a win here.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be the clear favourite for it. You know, he's been the quickest in both the races. You know, he's been clearly the standout star this weekend. He really has to take it.
Mature head on young shoulders, just 19 years of age, the young German. Seems ironic that we've got a young German coming up through the wings when Michael Schumacher at 40 is coming back to motor racing. But it's good times for German motor racing for sure. So then, we await the start. Pit exit, engines start to raise for the super finale. The super finale race about to get underway. And the top men, I'm looking at John Martin as being a possible favourite here. Possible favourite because he's definitely on new tyre and he's had most rest. Tristan Gomedy's got some work to do. He's just got out of the cockpit having won the second race. And we've got Rangers in this, who got a podium, of course, in race 1. And John Martin will start from 3rd position.
Yeah, and John Martin's come so close 2 times to winning a race. So I think, you know, hopefully he's going to be charging. He wants to win a race this season.
Young Aussie looking to get the best start possible from third. And here is your grid. Tristan Gomondy, Max Wiesel on the front row, €100,000 to race for. Pedro Petiz and John Martin. It's the top 3 from the 2 races. Going into a super finale, just 5 laps. Craig Dolby at the back, Antonio Pizzonia. The young man who's coming through and the former Formula 1 superstar. Wow, what a race this is going to be, and what a grid, and very interesting. Hard to call, Earl Bamber.
Yeah, very, very hard to call. But, you know, I can't wait. I think it's going to be full of excitement. These guys are going to be charging from the first lap. They only got 5 laps to make an impact.
This, of course, a standing start.
Well, this is another factor. You know, all weekend we've been doing rolling starts, and now we go to a standing start, something that isn't well practiced by these drivers because all the starts are rolling, other than this race. So it is going to throw another thing into the mix.
Given the weight, given the power, I would have thought standing starts would be probably the hardest thing for a driver.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult. You think you've got 750 horsepower and you've got to put all that traction into the ground. It's not very easy. You've got to really feed the clutch out and slip it well. And if you start to get wheel spin, it's almost impossible to stop. So it is a very, very crucial stage of the race, and especially when you've only got 5 laps. If you make a good start and charge into the lead, it's a lot easier than you know, staying on the good wheel spinning. So also another thing to think about is we haven't had so many standing starts over the weekend in the other classes.
Just trying to hear what Craig Dolby's worried about, talking to his engineer. And these are the important times. We always look at the races as being where it's won and lost, but sometimes a race can be won and lost here with what feedback the driver gives his engineer in terms of preparation for the start of the race.
Yeah, but even simple preparation, you know, I don't think all weekend I've seen anybody make a standing start, a practice standing start from the end of the pit lane. So
well,
this
of course
is
they would
sort
usually do that in the free practice, but we've had so much wet weather that it was a waste of time to do so.
Exactly, so this is a very unknown area, and this could be one of the factors that, you know, determines the race, who gets off the line the best.
Sorts out the men from the boys. Sporting Club de Portugal lining up there with Pedro Pedrez, the 23-year-old from Lisbon, in fact. So big moment for him. Tristan Gomondy, the Frenchman, FC Porto, alongside the front row.
And Warren's down the pit lane. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere down here. There's a lot of tension. You've got 5 drivers who've just had a very, very hard day's work. They've got to go out and do it all again. The cars are filthy, battered, covered in flies, and there's just a lot of concentration. Guys trying to get ready, trying to get their heads together to go straight back out. And I've just seen Antonio Pizzonia somehow shoehorning a water bottle through the chin bar of his helmet just to get some fluids on, because he must have lost an awful lot in that last race, just like the rest of them. It's quite an ask to make them go out and do this. It's very gladiatorial. It's a great atmosphere down here.
Yeah, it really is. I think that's a great expression for it, gladiatorial, because I've never seen anything like this in terms of top-class drivers, world-class cars and drivers, effectively fighting it out gladiatorially over such a short period of time. There's no time to get into your rhythm. This is like a go-kart race. I mean, this is like old days when you start racing, right?
Yeah, no, this is absolutely fantastic, and it's such an exciting spectacle for first of all the drivers, then the fans. You know, what a spectacle. The battered cars, you can see they're dirty, they've got brake dust everywhere, the drivers, they're tired, the cars have had a long hard weekend, and now they've got to do battle in such a hard fought sprint race. Normally when you go into position you have the car tuned perfectly. This is sort of almost the wounded warriors going into the last battle.
I'm delighted for the crowd that have come out, because yesterday was a different scene. It was atrocious conditions. I've never seen such water at this Donington track.
And here's the man of the moment, FC Basel and Max Wiesel. Absolutely stonky performance this weekend.
Yeah, story of the day, without a doubt. FC Basel's performance, and the youngster Max Wiesel, who, just to remind you, won the first race. It's therefore started reverse grid at the back of race 2.
No, it was complete.
Now, what's going on with Rangers? Let's find out with Warren.
Yep, we're ready. Just been speaking to the engineers down on the Rangers car, and although it looked like all they had to do was replace a nose cone, it was an entire front end rebuild. They had a very hectic hour's work, and this car nearly didn't make it, but they're here now.
That's interesting. Yes, we made it look as though there was nothing to do and he was sitting on ice and resting. Well, he probably was, but the team were frantically getting a front end done, so that's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, that's a huge amount of work, and I think they were very, very lucky that John Martin didn't sustain more damage in that contact to get it actually back to the pits so they could repair it, because if you think about it, if he didn't make it back to the pits, he couldn't enter into this race with a damaged car.
So the silence before the storm, which will be the roar of the V12s in the super finale. FC Porto are in the mix, and it's tense down there, and they've held them quite a while, and plenty of time to think about it, but there's really no strategy. It's go for it.
Yeah, there's no pit stops, there's nothing. It's sort of get the helmet on, the red mist, and go for it.
Nice sunny day here at Donington, but in a moment that will be shattered by the noise, the beautiful noise of the beautiful race. And I think that puts them on one of the most exciting things, and here it comes. Everybody really enjoying that beautiful sound. And FC Basel will lead them away. A standing start. We've had 2 rolling starts, so this a different discipline. Will the youngster fail, or will he come good? I've got a feeling he'll come good.
You know, he's shown fantastic maturity over the weekend, and you know, he's done a perfect job so far, so let's see what he does. But you know, I can't wait. This is going to be a fantastic super final. You got so many guys that are looking to just charge. They know there's nothing to lose. Well, there is a lot to lose. There's 100,000 to lose. But you know, if you're starting 4th, there isn't. So why don't you just go for it?
100,000 to win, that's for sure. Here's the grid again. FC Porto, Tristan Gomery, Max Wiesel alongside him. Winners of the first 2 races, Pedro Petiz and John Martin redoing that front. 5-lap race in all. This at the back, Craig Dolby and Antonio Pizzonia, but with it only being 3 rows, no reason to suspect that they can't get through. It's all a case of gauging it right. From that standing start, how do you avoid wheel spin?
It's very, very difficult. You know, we haven't had so many support races that have had standing starts this weekend. So if you look down from our commentary box, you see the grid is very dirty and there's absolutely no rubber down. So it's going to be like trying to accelerate on ice, you know, accelerating from the traffic lights in a normal road car in the wet. That's what it's going to be like in one of these 750 horsepower SuperLeague cars. So it's going to be terribly difficult for the drivers. The only way they can judge it is from when they leave the grid the first time. They'll get an idea, but it's only a judge and a guess. So it's sort of, you know, play it by ear.
And the winner of the first race has the advantage, given he's got the pole position, and here at Donington, how much does it make a difference?
I think it makes a big difference. You know, it's definitely on the racing line, so it's slightly cleaner line. And then, you know, it's just a matter of getting off the line. It's so difficult because they haven't practiced it. That's the thing. If they'd done the first 2 races with a standing start, then we'd sort of be able to predict it. Well, we could predict that, you know, Sebas does get good starts. But this is completely random. No one's done this for 2 races now, a standing start.
Keeping the heat in the tyres as much as possible at this stage.
You'll see the drivers, they'll come up very slowly and kick the clutch in with 100% throttle and really try to get a lot of wheel spin from the rear tyres, trying to generate huge heat into the rear tyres to get good grip and drive to get off the line.
Here we go then. 5 laps, super finale race, 100,000 euros up for grabs. FC Porto on the front row, but in pole position, it's Basel. Craig Dolby's view.
All the cars are in position now.
Watch out for Pizzonia as well. John Martin on the new tyres. Up go the Rams! Out go the lights, and away we go! Not a great start at all from Tristan Gomery.
But look
Rangers
at Rangers
started well though, and Basel it is who take the lead into the first corner.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal start by Rangers. They got the jump, and now they're really pushing pressure on FC Basel. This is what it's all about, a sprint, a mad dash.
And the 2 Portuguese teams holding each other up, Sporting right there. Rangers, of course, in second place. And Basel holding the lead. Craig Dolby trying to make up a place. Pizzonia drops to the back. Dolby trying to make it through. Coming up to McLean's. Oh! Very close, very tight indeed. And Dolby's arm means it. Rangers looking for a way. Had a look up the inside at Coppice.
Yeah, you've got to remember, Rangers on brand new tyres here, so look at the amount of grip they've got. These other guys have just had to complete the whole race. So he's at a huge advantage and really, really attacking from the outside. And also, you know, the story man, Craig Dolby, he's putting on performance, locking up the brakes, trying to get through.
He's made it up Y1 position now, but at the moment, controlling the race is FC Basel, as he's done so often. This weekend, he's looked immaculate, and again, he's doing it here. Rangers going in pursuit. Not over yet. FC Porto still trying to get past Lisbon.
Yeah, now Rangers dropping back into the hands of
well, is it
Portuguese
Basel
team.
pulling away, I wonder? I think that's the case. We'll look at the times as they come across to complete the first lap of 5. Gap of 1 second to Glasgow Rangers in second. Dolby can't make any impact, and Pizzonia's caught up a little bit for Corinthians at the back.
Yeah, FC Basel, they've got their heads down. They got what they wanted. They got the jump off the line, and he's got his head down, and all he's concentrating is that clear road in front of him, nothing else.
Out of the old hairpin they come. Beautiful sound as they head up towards Swans. Touching the curve down. Porto makes a move. Oh,
Up the inside.
side by side with
They
Lisbon.
touch.
They've touched. They're both out. They both can't recover from that. Corinthians goes through. Luckily, Spurs have avoided it too. But Porto get back out on track.
Yeah, Porto back going, but
And, well, no report to the engineers. No time, really. And here's another look at it. Earl.
yeah, he's trying to get into third place, and he dives up the inside, hits the curb, goes out a little bit, and just touches the tyre, and that sends him into a spin.
That hurt his wrist too, because that was a nasty shunt. And
here's another angle up the inside. He was well up the inside, but just ran out of room.
worth the effort, and in a 5-lap dash, got to give it a go.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
It's a racing incident.
This is what it's all about. You just got to go for it. But
To be fair,
that corner is so
Patiz was on
narrow.
his line, yeah. Patiz was on his line, but it's just the way it goes. But just happened to be the two Portuguese teams. Oh well.
Oh, and look at Rangers now.
Rangers now looking for the lead. They're side by side.
They've got it.
Rangers. Oh, Rangers take the lead. Great stuff, and as anticipated, John Martin with his tail up for sure. And Rangers on those new tyres, making every bit of it. And look at him go now, he's got the lead.
Yeah, that'd be new tyres, power boost for sure, and he's just done a fantastic job.
Rangers at the front.
He's got 7 power boosts left.
Pizzonia's all over the shop. Corinthians off track, but back on it now.
Oh, he's got dirt on his tyres, so he's got to be cautious to this corner as well,
Yes.
not to go back off. And oh no, FC Basel, they've got a
They're
problem.
slowing down for sure, because Dolby goes through. Must be a problem, surely.
Yeah, I think so. You're not supposed to go those Rangers in a strange place.
Yeah, you can hear the engine. He's stuck in, I think he's stuck in second gear.
He's stuck in 1 gear, maybe 3rd or 4th gear. He's on the limiter and can't do anything. It's such a shame.
So the two British teams fighting it out in the super finale. Rangers and Spurs, but Spurs a long way back. He'll be going for it though.
Yeah, what a shame for FC Basel and Max Wiesel. They did such a fantastic job all weekend, but here's the man of the moment. John Martin didn't even do the second race, and now he's winning the super final.
Had very little time in practice as well because of the wet weather, so he too, like the rest of them, not a lot of time on track, and could it end in winning the weekend? Here's the moment that Rangers took the lead, and that's brave through Hollywood.
Oh yeah, they're going so quick. They were up in 230 Ks, and to go side by side through there, it's no mean feat. It's very, very brave stuff.
That's 4th gear through there. Excellent stuff. And look at the gap Rangers have got now. And he's cruising to victory.
Well, not cruising yet. He's still on the push to pass. He's still pushing. He
He's
still
still
wants to
pushing
win by more.
Yeah, 2.6 seconds the gap.
Yeah, I mean, for this position, for John Martin, for Rangers, this is the perfect position. Out front, they've got clear track, they've got new tyres and a lot of power boost in hand. He's just got to concentrate, make sure he doesn't make a mistake, and it'll be his.
1 lap to go after this, and Dolby's in touching distance, but it's going to be an amazing lap if he gets close enough. I can't see. Martin will have to make a mistake, I think. And the way he's driving, you can't see it happening, and it's great finish to the weekend for Rangers, and it's great to see the two British teams at home going so well. Liverpool, of course, leading the league at the moment. They're not in this. But Spurs in second place. Craig Dolby, a sensation of the season so far. John Martin coming into the Rangers team and equipping himself brilliantly. Into Redgate he goes for the last time. This is the last lap of the super finale. 100,000 heading his way.
And he just sets a new lap record round here.
Great way to do it. 1:19.3.
But hang on, his wing's bent down. It's broken a little bit.
It is. How is he setting those laps when the wing isn't actually perfect for him? There you go. Yes, I can see him. Good
So,
spot.
is
He's
he-
slightly damaged.
This is the thing. Will he make it round to the end of the lap? That could get caught up in the tyre.
Well, it looks as though it's fairly stable at the moment, but surely he can't be getting optimal speed, but he's already put the fastest lap in.
It's breaking worse and worse, so let's see if it holds on.
I think he's just throttling off a little bit. Let's have a look at, yeah, you can see it there. It's dipping down, almost touching the ground. And that's not what the doctor ordered at all for John Martin and Rangers. There'll be very tense moments. He just bounces over the curves. He's got to be careful here. There is Tottenham in the background in second place. Basel will take third, but it's all about the win, of course. Corinthians have got up there as the two Portuguese teams came together.
Yeah, his team would have radioed him about that and told him to back off a little bit. That his wing's flapping down.
But it's number 17, John Martin and Glasgow Rangers. Rangers will take the win in the super finale.
Yeah! Well done, mate! You're 100,000 euros better off! Bring it on!
Bring it on indeed.
Yeah, baby!
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know, you can see how happy he is. You can even hear him from inside the helmet from where we're standing.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time in debrief, and I think he's very popular with his team, and I think for a driver it can be so important to get on with the mechanics. And okay, you're the glamour boy, that's fine, but you need the rest of the team.
Yeah, exactly. There's no I in team, and there's such a huge amount of people in the background doing this.
Fantastic.
Well done to John Martin. And, well, we thought from third he just might come through.
Yeah, we thought he'd be strong. He had new tyres and stuff like that.
Good
There we go.
sportsmanship. Craig Dolby straight to congratulate him after taking second place. The two British teams, first and second. So there's the scenes here at Donington Park. Let's go down now to Warren.
John, just let you get your head mask off there. You finally got that win in, and you've done it in style with plenty of cash.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's 100 grand better off. So no, I couldn't be happier. You know, this one's for the boys. Unfortunately, I had a bit of an incident in the race too, and yeah, they've done an awesome job to put it all back together, which was probably like hour and a half, 2 hours work they've done in like 40 minutes. So unbelievable job, and it's thanks to them that we're here now. So thanks.
And the standing start, you've not had much practice at those. It seemed to go all right for you though.
No, I had plenty of practice with them and years through racing, so it's just good fun. Love standing starts, so I think they all should be standing starts. It'll be much more fun.
All right, thanks very much, John. Next up, we've got Craig Dolby, second place, man. Craig, you've absolutely driven your heart out. You look knackered.
I'm all right. I think I could do all that again. It was enjoyable. You know, on the in-lap was quite good fun. There's a lot of crowd there for me and a lot of local support, and I've enjoyed it today. First race was tough. Second race was great overtaking, and yeah, got here at the end, so I'm happy.
Thanks very much, Craig. Good work.
Yeah, Craig Dolby says he can do it all again. Pretty good, actually. And there's Max Wiesel. They'll be headed to the podium now, the three of them. And Earl, your thoughts? It's a good formula.
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, look at the racing action we've had. We've had so much passing, you know, so much action, so much controversy as well between drivers, between different clubs. You know, we had the super final. Max Wiesel looked like he'd take it, had a slight problem. And then we have John Martin. You know, it's so many opportunities for drivers. It's incredible.
Yeah, what I also like is the strategy. You know, it's a real thinking man's game. It's not a case, I mean, yes, there's the big cars, it's a lot of fun. They've taken all the gizmos off, the driver aids, no traction control, no ways of launch control or anything like that. But it's all about strategy in terms of push to pass, for sure. And brilliant day's racing. So, up to the podium they go. And, yeah, a lot to think about, isn't there?
Oh yeah, incredible amount to think about, but you know, also it's great. It's a driver's category. It's a thinking driver's category. While you're in the race, the things are changing. You know, position in the race, everything like that. So it's great.
Yeah, and we've got a mix of youth and experience out there for sure. And today, without a doubt, with FC Basel, Swiss team coming through good.
You know what the great thing is? Look who we've got left on the podium. All young guys.
Yeah.
You know, taking it to the well-known names of F1 drivers. It's great to see.
And, well, Liverpool can still be happy. Two big Liverpool fans there, one little one. And, of course, they're leading the league at the moment. Adrian Valles not having the best of weekends, and that started back in qualifying. He felt like he was bulked all the way back down in the wet weather. But he's come through with two good results and increased his lead. Let's have a look back at what happened. Plenty of it was good action. Obviously, Max Wiesel just calm at the start there, but starting from the pole, Tristan Gomendi didn't get the start at all. He really bogged off the line. That allowed Rangers to dive to the outside, and immediately Rangers were in pursuit. Then the two Portuguese teams come together, and you'd have to blame Tristan Gomendi, but he had to go for it. Why not? Rangers took the lead at the most unlikely place. Hollywood, flat out. Corinthians went wide, but got back on, and in the end, it was all about Rangers. Spurs took second place, and Max Wiesel came across the line in third. Great day for John Martin. You can see the delight in the team as he came into the pits. So congratulations to everyone involved. In a moment we'll see some celebration, I'm sure, from a relieved Podium here. And wheeling the cars back in, and I love the team managers saying, yeah, no messing about with the car, bring it in, don't mess with the engine, don't do donuts. And quite rightly, because, you know, there's another race to come, plenty more racing to go.
Yeah, well, exactly. At that moment in time, you just want to do that. You just want to take the car, do big burnouts, and you know, be in the moment. But obviously, you've got to think about strategy. You've got to use those tyres, as we see John Martin coming out of the podium.
All three are coming out, and as you can see, Craig Dolby, he's got a lot. He reckons there's 300 fans and friends here this weekend who come from his hometown.
Into the presentation for the prizes. The third place cup being presented by Alexandriu.
So, third place to FC Basel, Alexandru,
well done to Max.
handing
Great
out.
weekend for him.
The president of SuperLeague Formula, who spent a long time on this project, bringing it to fruition, and must be delighted here in year 2
well done to Craig.
to be achieving such a following for it.
And
Craig Dolby taking second place, a real Super League star, the first real one.
John Martin, the
Davide Rigon surprised everybody last year, but who will be champion this year? Could be the man who's just won, John Martin.
Well done.
The Aussie's done good.
John. And now the national anthem of Australia.
So, Mark Webber's winning, so's John Martin. Great to see Australian drivers doing the business, and it's great to see Glasgow Rangers at the top. And now it's time, in traditional motor racing sense, to celebrate. Not much fun if you're a photographer. And the crowd getting a little bit soaked as well. Dolby, as always, up to shenanigans. Poor old Max. Oh well. Now he's trying to get his own back. He's too late. You've got to get the right moment, haven't you, with your fizz?
Yeah, you see the drivers that are always on the podium because they know exactly what to do. But it's sometimes nasty stuff if you get in the eyes.
So there they are, the top 3 from our super finale. Put on a great show of racing for us, and all youngsters on the way up through motor racing. And Donington Park, a huge success when you consider where we were in the wet of qualifying. Now the sunshine of Sunday afternoon, how different.
Yeah, and what's fantastic racing we had all weekend, and it's great to see these 3 young guys up on the podium. You know, absolutely incredible.
So, a few photos to be taken. I'm so glad the weather stayed. And we look ahead now. Can anybody stop Liverpool? Certainly Basel have shown signs this weekend that they're going to be capable.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, we haven't had a repeat winner this year. This is the main thing.
Yeah, and that's it. That's fantastic. And Basel, though, winning the first race. Porto winning the second race. And, of course, Rangers taking the super finale. And just to confirm there, Liverpool now 217 points. FC Basel now in second place and catching them quickly, 207. So not a big gap at all, easily catchable. And Tottenham Hotspur not out of it by any means. But you'd have to start to say, as we head towards Estoril, those three teams look ever likely to go for the title.
Yeah, for sure. And these guys have got pace. They're very, very strong. One person that isn't up there is Rangers. They've had a bit of luck, but, you know, I think they can be in the mix.
And a little further down, Atletico Madrid in 10th place, Rangers in 11th. But as obviously they will improve, I'm sure, as the weekend goes on, as the weekends go on. Olympiacos in 12th, and what disappointment for them. Davide Rigon, last year's champion. But that's motor racing, and that's football too. And great weekend. My thanks to Earl Bamber. And I think you'll all agree that Donington Park has once again thrown up some pretty uninteresting weather, but some pretty fascinating racing. Estoril is next. That is September 5th and 6th. Until then, from me, Jonathan Green, I hope you've enjoyed all the racing and hope you can join us again when we head out to Estoril, which, if you think about it, will be a big, big race for Tristan Gomondy. A huge crowd came down last time of supporters to see Tristan race for FC Porto, and I'm sure the same will do again. You can watch it wherever you're watching around the world. Join us for more Super League Formula action next time out.